This is a bloodline being discussed. The bloodline of prophets and nabis.
No, but let him explain.
This is the bloodline of prophets and nabis.
What's the issue though?
Now the issue is the separation. The issue is that we can't count more than, well, most Muslims that I speak to cannot even count more than 10 or 15 out of the book.
I can give you all 25,
let alone 25.
I can count all 25.
But 25 is obviously nothing because he sent us how many? You see what I'm saying?
But why does he have to mention all 125,000?
It makes sense.
All 25 mentioned in the Quran.
Huh?
All 25 mentioned in the Quran.
So 25 mentioned in the Quran. Some of them are disputed. Like for example, Khidr is mentioned as disputed. Dhul Qarnayn is mentioned as disputed. Is he a prophet? Is he not a prophet? There are some that are mentioned as disputed.
Look, man, that's Alexander the Great, isn't
Pardon?
Alexander the Great.
Sorry?
Alexander the Great.
Oh, Alexander the Great. Now, some scholars have tried to say that Dhul Qarnayn is Alexander the Great, but that's something which has been heavily refuted because he wasn't someone who's basically a monotheist.
Hell no.
So
Monotheist.
Antichrist, if anything.
So he came after the Prophet.
Who?
Look, man.
No, Dhul Qarnayn.
Yeah.
No, he came before.
Okay.
Yeah. Came before. Prophet was the final prophet.
Of course,
Muhammad was the final
Alexander
prophet.
would even come before the prophet anyway.
Alexander the Great died 323 BC or something like that. He was actually, what do you call it? The teacher of Aristotle. What do you call it? Aristotle would learn from, Alexander the Great, Aristotle taught Aristotle. Alexander the Great,
Yeah. Going back to some big
Aristotle, wrote his papers in Plato and what's the other one that he always
Socrates.
quite
Socrates.
quoting? No, he's Josephus. All in Alexandria.
Yeah, never in
Straight
Egypt.
up. Never in Egypt, as far as we're concerned.
That's why Alexandria is Egypt.
So Alexandria, see, this is the light.
Oh yeah, because he came in, he called it that.
You
Alexander.
know where it is. You go home.
That's
on
where
the
I'm from.
coast.
That's
It's on the coast. Nothing to do. We can see the Giza.
Have you been
and it's nowhere near
Have you been
Cairo.
to Alexandria before?
No. I'm saying
You have to come down, man. I'll invite you, man. I'll come down.
Oh, so that's where you're from.
That's from Alexandria, yeah.
See, this is my point. So this is a foreign colony within our within our African community.
You need to come there and say that to them, man.
I will.
Yes.
Because if we're talking about the
should change
Ptolemaic
the name.
dynasty as the last dynasty of Alexandria, and probably the only, well, not the only, but yeah, with the Ptolemaic dynasty is all they focus on. So when they do talk about Kemet, they're talking about Alexandria. They're not talking about Memphis. They're not talking about Heliopolis. We're not talking about any of these ancient things. So this is the problem where even my brother Callum, when he's being attacked about Kemet, is not the Kemet of Africans, it's the Kemet of Alexandrians who are Greco-Romans. You understand? And it wouldn't make sense that Europeans would only focus when they were there.
But Callum doesn't believe in Moses, by the way.
Yeah? He doesn't believe in Moses.
Yeah.
It makes sense though.
You agree with him?
No, I agree in the idea that if you're making a claim about an Egyptian, you understand?
The one of the Quran.
Right. You have to substantiate, especially if he's in the royal household.
Was he taken out of Egypt or not?
But
what the Egyptians do definitely is on the king's list, his name would be there.
But there is that.
Part of the royal family.
But you know, because there is some.
But who was the pharaoh? That's the problem.
It's not an issue anymore.
Say for example, we take that Ramses II was the pharaoh. His direct successor was Merampeta, yeah. So in the scrolls of Merampeta, I think it's in the 20th or 30th line, there is a discussion of the children of Israel there. Okay. So it kind of fits in with that chronology because in the Stella Merampeta, who I think came right after Ramses II. His son. So he wrote in his Stella, that you will find a reference to the children of Israel. Right. So that narrative, that biblical.
Was it a stone?
Now the Rosetta Stone is basically found afterwards, and
so hold on.
decoded
Are you saying
the hieroglyphic language.
The Prophet Musa was not in the time of Ramses?
Now I'm saying that
they suggest
that's what's
it doesn't say in the Quran.
No, in the Bible. In the Bible,
but the issue is Moses was in Egypt.
He's an Egyptian.
He's an Egyptian.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, but he was in Egypt.
Yes, he was in Egypt.
Okay, and you believe in this story.
In a sense,
and he was a prophet sent by God and so on.
Okay, so my point is, the reason why Callum says it's not true or substantiate it is because the person named, we never call ourselves Mos. This is not a Kemetic thing because Mos means child.
Now, because I was reading once before, what does Moshe mean, yeah? And it's true that there's a book that I was reading in Arabic, it's called, I can't remember the name yet, but it was talking about the names of the people.
Moshe means water reed.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So he was saying that.
Bantu language.
Exactly, perfect. Yeah. So he was saying that. Look, actually, the word Moshe is not a Hebrew word or so-called Hebrew. I don't know. You don't know. He was saying hieroglyphic.
Who told you Hebrew?
He was saying, yeah. He says hieroglyphics. Yeah.
Right.
I was trying to facilitate your understanding.
Many
But he says the water. Yeah. So because obviously in the Quran there's this reference that he was thrown into the yam, into the water and stuff like that. So he was trying to show, this person was trying to show the lexical significance of the word, the root word, because some of the words in the Quran are not Arabic. They come from a non-Arabic root, like Moshe, for example, Musa. And so that's indicated by the language, by the way. It's called Mamnu' min al-Sarf. But that is, he was trying to show that his name was connected to this old hieroglyphic name, because it wasn't a Hebrew name. So the point is, I think,
like how Muslims say Mitzvah rather than Kemet. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is the linguistic thing where people might see it as something different, because we've got Kemet in our mind now.
Yeah.
You understand? But in the Quran, it's Mitzvah. You understand? After Mitzrayim, who is the son of Ham and blah blah blah, which goes into the Bible.
the thing is,
The Bible was, I am the God of Egypt, isn't it? Is it in the Bible?
Oh, in the Bible, most definitely.
Yeah.
I'm the God of Egypt. I'm the God of Egypt. Egypt to my people. All of that. No problem.
But anyways, man, thank you very much.
Definitely.
It was
Good conversation.
Thank you, man.
Excellent.